Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode take 2 with us RGJ trains at David Junction. Top little tip, if you use your microphones, make sure they've got charge in them. Otherwise you're finished, go to take it down and notice it's completely shut down and your video has no sound. So
is that a bad thing with you? Hashtag just saying, so as you're so fond of saying.
Right, so anyway guys, firstly we want to say, I thank you for all the news that we've had from our little haul. Obviously at this point we've still got to go through whether it's stuff Rob can service or maybe we've got to send over to Brian. So do remember on that guys, again a little shout out for Brian over at Finishing Central and Train Set Shop. You can either contact him via there or on his Facebook page Finishing Central, and he service trains. He has brought one of ours back to life as well, so it's tried and tested. Rob does want to have a try himself though, but so we do have things before they're all running, a few wagons, a few bogies that are loose as well, isn't it? But yes, I'm kind of forgetting what I've said now because you were
rattling on.
No, just because it was a couple of hours ago while this is now charged. One thing that we have, I'm kind of glad we're re-recording now because we've had a little card come through this morning. Very surprised, Grace and Rob Thomas, and we're like, we've been married off, didn't know it. Not complaining, but we've actually got some mum and son train rail fan stickers inside. We appreciate you. So Tammy and Ray guys, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. It was a nice little surprise, and those will remember the last time we tried to send them and they tried to send us and both shipments went missing.
And we do need to give a shout out to Ray himself because he also has done some videos himself. He's the one talking on them and he's deciding what's going in them. So well done, Ray. And
not laughing at you, Ray, I'm laughing at this one here. Every time we record at the moment, it's like, now I want to play.
Yeah.
Go see Daddy.
You did. Bring Bobby.
Now we want to play. So yes, it is actually a chance of nice warmer weather for once, which we don't usually get this time of year. I think it's 18 degrees and the doors open and everything. It's absolutely lovely for that. But yes, I'm going to continue with the hill. I feel like there's not much to go now, apart from the odd things, maybe taking the figures off, painting them, the horses, obviously the Model U stuff, those were painted as I wanted them, but things like the horses, like I do make it a bit more realistic with the colours, but those can just literally be popped off and popped back on again. So I'm hopefully going to finish the rest of that hill, maybe some slight change around the rocks. I liked my idea of wildflowers, but it didn't quite work as I envisioned, so I think I need to work on that a bit. But I'm doing that, and Rob, he didn't decide at the time, but he's now thinking of having to go with that tunnel mouth. Unfortunately, the APT has been put away for now. Like with everything, if it's getting too frustrating, you just put it away. Obviously when we sorted the line, the APT was never even thought of when we made this line, but you never know, if we get someone like Jason or Jeff, you never know, if they pass a visit again, we might be able to work on it. But
or Brian.
Brian's never been here.
Yeah.
So obviously for that, unfortunately the APT is going away for now, which means Rob is hopefully going to do a bit more with that tunnel mouth, leave the grassing to me, as he's always said. And then I'm going to finish the hill, so then things like the T.M.D can start taking shape. And then I can work on things, maybe get that church finished, get the farmyard finished. So I can't think there's nothing else that we've said that we've missed, have we? I don't think so. So on that, guys, we're going to crack on now, and we'll see you later on in this episode. Bye for now.
Guys and girls, so Rob's bit first. So what I've got to do is I'm now going to build this area back out here with the adjustment of the track, because the APT didn't like that corner, and ironically the APT is not running at them properly at the moment anyway, but it needs doing. So I'm going to build this back out. We did get a couple of suggestions, including from Adrian Cooney, that I could cut into the incline, Brilliant idea. The only thing is, with the height of this, cutting into that would actually cut in towards the actual outer loop on the incline. So it's got to be, unfortunately, it's got to be brought out. And I've also found with these couple of new loco hooks that have got pantographs on them, they're actually catching on underneath here. So I've got to cut under there as well. So yeah, let's see what we can do with this in stages. Mix up some of the fibre mould that we had from Martin over at WWS, which reminds me we haven't been putting the code in, so I'll drop the code in into the text into this bit now to get your 20% discount off your first order with WWS if you haven't before, but you can only use it on non-sale items. So yeah, we've got the fibre mould, a couple of pots for measuring, and some warmish water. Right, so I didn't record it, but I cut the card, the Corex card ready. I fitted that in, glued that in. This is the fibre mould. You will have seen me just making an absolute hash mess of that. So I've put that on. It doesn't take too long to dry, but it is getting quite late in the evening here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this dry up. This top section will be grassed, have some bushes on it, and then down the side here, Grace's rocks and her bushes, decorating up the side here, and then just tidying it up all around. And then I'm not going to put this back in because obviously that's wet, and then that going back in front of it, but this all needs to be weathered up as well. So I'll catch you in the morning when it's dried up.
So you're expecting Rob, but you've actually got me. So the plan was this morning, me come in, salt the grass, things like that, because we know he doesn't like static grassing now. Unfortunately, it's just too damp. It's still quite wet, which obviously means we are going to have to think about bringing the locos in as well now also. But Rob has done a bit of hacking inside the tunnel because of his pantograph, and that is now running through. My fabulous assistant will now do it for me. Oh, how the tables turn. So that goes through without hitch. So yeah, I am going to put a few rocks here to match up because it's not going to static grass straight down. But I thought we may as well leave that for the next one and just put it all in together. So sorry about that, folks, but as you know, what happens when you're trying to film and get on with a railway in winter doesn't always go to plan or the timings you want. So over to me now and on the hill. So obviously here we are on the hills again. They're coming alive, they really are. Not with the sound of music, thankfully. But all I'm going to do is continue and looking at adding much more of this gorse bush around here. Maybe one or two of the little rocks thrown in as well. So I'm just going to crack on with this and a few more trees as well. Thank you, Richard.
To the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
pretty much, other than like the extra scatter after the photos have been done, we are pretty much done with this corner finally. Rob actually liked the brown at the bottom, so minus a few bits of weed and things there, we are leaving that brown. But I think we're literally there with this hill now. The other side I can do things like the figures at a later date and possibly add some more weeds or something there, because it still possibly looks a bit odd, but I need to step away. But once again, guys, thanks as always for joining us. If you're new to us, please do hit the subscribe button. Drop us a like as always, it does help. And any comments, as always, please do drop a comment below. And if you know anybody that might like us here at RGJ, please do share us away. So thanks all, and see you on the next one. Bye.